Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Educated. I am Katie Petrick, joined as always by the one and only David Fiorazzo, and he has two thumbs up saying, I'm right here.
Hey, you're looking pretty casual today. I like that.
Hey, you know.
What is that? What's that logo?
Freedom Project Academy.
Cool.
Got to wear the swag. Got to represent.
Nice.
Now, David.
Yes.
You have some Worldview Matters to attend to today, as you do every day.
Many
so,
matters.
what were the Worldview Matters that you attended?
One of my favorite Patriot pastors, a bold man of God who tells it like it is. I love men like this. Pastor Steve Smotherman is on worldviewmatters.tv. You can subscribe and get the weekly email, and you can go and watch episodes there if you like the videos, but you can also subscribe and get the audio for those traveling. You want just audio in your ear, you can get that too on Apple and Spotify. But Steve Smotherman, I met this guy at a Liberty Pastors Conference in Dallas, Texas about 3 years ago, and he gave a talk to a room full of pastors at this conference, and he's amazing. It's just, I'm just so thankful to be connected with men like that whole counsel of God, preach the truth, not afraid. He doesn't back down from any issues. Oh, Lord, we need more of him, but that's today. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for asking, as always.
You're welcome. All right, well, just a quick reminder to all of you that if you enjoy watching videos that are not censored, please follow our Rumble channel. Simply go to rumble.com/Freedom Project. Give us a little follow. Now, Goyles, that's how my daughter says girls. Goyles. Girls at a New Jersey high school are stunned after it was discovered that some of their actual male, not just pretending. Anyway, male classmates used artificial intelligence software to create fake nude photos of them because it's 2023, David, and everything's about AI.
Okay.
Who needs reality? Just do AI.
This is not a surprising story, but it's very disturbing. What you can do now, I mean, they could do it to us. They could do a meme with us and put a quote in there that we didn't say, or do a video. But this is the still images apparently at Westfield High School in New Jersey. And I'll tell you, people were shocked by this. The boys were circulating fake nude photos of them. And this is according to the Wall Street Journal report. So the incident was October 16. Sophomore boys at Westfield High were acting weird, one mom told the Journal, and then sharing what her daughter had passed along to her. We're just going to watch this news story briefly, come back and talk about it, because this is really interesting, and it's going to happen a lot more.
Using photo editing apps powered by AI, students at Westfield High School created fake nude photos of their classmates, according to a letter emailed to parents last month. The photos were apparently sent around in group texts over the summer.
I always worry about this. I have a daughter, you know. She's beautiful. She's my baby girl. I don't want something like that to happen to her.
AI technology is now so advanced that it appears the Westfield teenagers digitally altered pornographic images they found online to make it appear that the person in the nude photo was one of their underage classmates.
What worries me is the amount of suicide for children and the bullying aspect. And today our online world is hard enough, but now when people can just make an image of someone, it really becomes problematic.
John Pizzurro is the retired commander for the New Jersey State Police Internet Crimes Task Force, and now he lobbies lawmakers to protect children from AI.
Today, with AI, you can make an exact replica of someone where no one can tell the difference. And I think that is the danger.
You can replicate yourself to look like someone else or someone else to look like you. It's pretty scary. I think AI is getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some of us saw this coming. It's just amazing, Katie Petrick, how they can make it look real.
Yeah.
You know, usually in the old days, if someone were to Photoshop your head on someone else's body, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on. But this is scary. Your
well,
thoughts on that?
in for sure, like even when you would do that back in the day, all of like 5 years ago, even it was made in jest. It wasn't pornographic material that could really be detrimental
Yeah.
to the emotional state of, in this case, teenage girls. I was a teenage girl, and I feel like I was able to get by okay. But in this day and age,
boy.
being a teenage girl is so many minefields to have to go through. And this online bullying, the online nature of what happens for them with social media,
Yep.
it is devastating to their emotional state, to their mental
gosh.
state. And so just like he said, like, he worries about suicide. He worries about the bullying because we've reported on this, how suicide rates in this country are, I'm going to say, skyrocketing, especially among teenage girls ages 13 to 17. And guess what? This story is about teenage girls ages 13 to 17.
Wow.
Who have their likeness, them, put onto and made into fake nude photos of them and pornographic photos of them. This is happening by other teenage boys doing it. This is where, yes, AI can be useful on some things, but it can be very detrimental overall to the health of our nation.
And it's sad because it affects what these girls are going to do now and how they're going to go forward. Yeah, I mean, toward the end of the article, it says the incident made the girls rethink what they post online, which is a good thing for everybody, by the way. But some of them decided to delete their social media accounts altogether, and that's sad. I mean, it's a waste of time, and you can use it for good things. But to have that, I mean, they're teens. That's such a big thing for teenagers.
Well, and I do wonder if this could be the pendulum swinging back finally.
What do you mean?
We have seen, like, social media when it first came out, Facebook back in 2004. And yes, I know we had the MySpace. Hiya. But like we had stuff, but Facebook 2004, fall 2004, I was one of the first on there. Still proud of that fact. But it started out just on college campuses. It was just for college kids to connect to each other.
I remember that.
There were only certain universities in there. Hiya. And then all of a sudden it opened up a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And then it became the floodgates open and everybody and anybody could get on there. So grandmas started joining and your parents started joining and being your friends.
Yeah, now they're censoring you and influencing elections.
There you go. And then, so we've had this pendulum swing. And I do wonder if this next generation, Gen Z, like Facebook specifically, is not cool with them. They're more Instagram and obviously TikTok, though.
Oh, boy.
That's I think even worse. But if these girls are recognizing, I don't even want to be on social media. Maybe we're coming back to what it is now. This is one story I know.
Katie, you're
I
an
know.
optimist, aren't
I am.
you? Yeah.
I'm an optimistic realist.
Yeah.
I get it. I want to be optimistic about it. I understand.
God bless you.
I try.
All right. Well, speaking of New Jersey, an area school district has just partnered with a sex education group that's offering gender affirming, and you got to put that in air quotes, kits that include tucking underwear, chest binders, and devices allowing girls to pee standing up. What? That's next.
All right, New Jersey. More from the New Jerseys. We have a school district in New Jersey that has partnered with a sex education group that has offered to provide schools with the so-called, we're putting in air quotes, as you said, gender-affirming kits. And these include the, as you teased, tucking underwear, the chest binders, and again, the devices for the girls to pee standing up. Now, I was arguing with David that I've peed standing up when I'm out in the field picking stones, but I've had to squat. I mean, there's a difference.
That's not
I get
standing.
it.
That's
I
not
get
standing
it.
up.
But technically, anyway.
I like to see that. No, I wouldn't like to see it, but I'm thinking about a woman going in and using a men's urinal at a ball game
I would
or
not
something.
Want to do that.
I mean, you couldn't do that. You couldn't. All right.
Don't challenge the people. Don't challenge the people. All right.
Someone will come up with that. Someone will come up with, not because we said it. It's already in motion, Katie. They're coming up with something that's gonna.
All right.
It's gonna be the woman's gonna. It's gonna be a lot wired in front of them so they can walk up to a urinal and pee forward.
Well, and this is what they're.
This is just
this
how
is what they're
demonic
trying
and
to do.
depraved this society is.
This is what they're trying to do. So
Okay,
we
go
have
ahead. Sorry.
new documents and videos obtained by the Parents Defending Education, PD, and it was first actually shared with the Daily Wire, that shows evidence of the Princeton Public School, PPS, I like it, PPS, district's partnership with something called High Tops. Now, in my day, high tops were
Converse tennis shoes with
well,
that came
yes,
above
they
the
had a
ankle.
high top for playing some basketball.
Yeah.
But now, High Tops is a leftist sex education nonprofit
boy.
organization. Yeah.
Nonprofit?
Oh, of course. Their profit is not in the monetary sense, David.
Oh,
It's in
right.
the soul's sense. See, different kind of soul
I got
from
it.
the high top shoes, not that soul, a different soul.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Now, the partnership, which the district has previously said it would reconsider, was first revealed by Project Veritas way back in September. So you may have heard this a couple months ago. You're like, oh, wait, I've heard about this High Tops. Let me give you some more information. High Tops is based in Princeton. It describes itself as an organization dedicated to inclusive and youth-informed sex education and LGBTQ plus support for young people throughout New Jersey. Doesn't that just sound so delightful, David? It just sounds so delightful. Now, correspondence that was obtained by Parents Defending Education actually shows that High Tops sent lesson plans and promotional flyers to the school district. And one of the flyers actually was promoting that gender-affirming kit we talked about. Now, the kit includes chest binders and some packing tape and tucking underwear and packers. Don't forget those chest forms and, of course, those stand-to-pee device. When you read it out loud, it does sound like it should be an SNL skit. It should be
This should have been-
completely a joke.
Decades ago, it was comedy.
Now
Today,
it's just their reality.
Yeah.
What they believe to be reality. Yeah.
But I actually, what we were talking about, that the stand-to-pee device, our producer just sent this to me.
Why?
Well, I'm thankful that it's climate pledge friendly.
it must be.
But yeah, it's female urination device, reusable silicone female urinal, foolproof women pee funnel.
Wowzers.
Allows women to pee standing up. Women's urinal with drawstring bags is the perfect companion for travel and outdoor. Now, I get so apparently for travel and outdoor, they might not have had transgender in mind when they first came up with this, but guess who's going to be marketing this kind of stuff
yeah. Well, if it's climate friendly anyway.
now?
All right. As the flyer for the whole High Tops promotion said, the High Tops Gender Affirming Kit is a groundbreaking resource designed to support transgender, non-binary, and gender expansive students while promoting inclusivity within your school community. The kit is a comprehensive package that equips administrators, teachers, school counselors, and nurses with the knowledge and tools they need to empower students on their gender journey. All right, then,
Gender journey, ladies and gentlemen. And it's equipping, notice, administrators, teachers, counselors, nurses. So the education system is they're being given all the tools they need to steer your children or today's public school children down this path of delusion and lies and sad. It's very sad.
And it basically goes to show, again, that teachers aren't in the school to teach anymore. Teachers are in the school to facilitate.
Some are, but yes, their marching orders are.
Well, that's the thing, is the marching orders. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
Teachers who go in there wanting to be like, okay, I have this great idea. We're going to do this, and it's going to really reach the kids. And then they're like, no, instead, here, I'm giving you this binder, chest binder. I'm giving you this binder of materials from High Tops. You will give this to the students. You are just a facilitator at that point. If your school does not allow you to either develop your own material or within the school they create materials that work together, but it's some outside organization such as High Tops to then funnel it through and then give out to the kids, you're not a teacher at that point. You are a facilitator.
Okay, what is the no? So here's the High Tops thing logo page. What is there highlighted in blue? Explain what, Katie?
Oh yes, they're learning objectives for grades 6 to 8. Just to give you an example of some of the materials that they give, the Intro to Sexual Orientation, Gender Identity, and Gender Expression lessons here. We always have to have learning objectives. So by the end of this lesson, your students will be able to do all these things. Number 1 is differentiate among 3 components of sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. You need to be able to name at least 3 sexual orientation identities. You will name at least 3 gender identities. What? There's 2. How did they put a 3 in there, David?
Well, there's
they
more than
need
that,
to
they
name
say.
at least 3 forms of gender expression and then explain how a baby's sex is determined at birth and how it may may not relate to a person's inside identity. And you will understand ways to use affirming language and practices.
A person's inside identity. So
6th
that
to 8th
is,
graders will know this by the end of that lesson.
Is the brain. So in other words, remove the Bible and how God created man and woman. Let's remove biology. Let's remove science. And internally, how the person pictures or wants to be. That's what they're talking about.
That's what they're doing in Joyzy. High tops.
Well, it's not just Joyzy.
It's all everywhere, but that's just one example.
Yep.
And of course, we're going to do more examples, and why not talk about California and their nonsense over there? So we have a school district in California who is launching an initiative to train students how to become critical race theory activists as part of a plan that could cost more than just $100,000. So we're going to talk about that next.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends at MyPillow. Save up to 66% on pristine quality bedding, towels, slippers, signature pillows, and much more when you use the code EDUCATED. That's EDUCATED. Educated. Support this show and a great American company.
Well, when a school, needs more money, and we basically just don't believe that they need more money because it doesn't actually take a lot of money to educate.
Wait, did you say need or want more money?
Yeah, that's the thing on this next one. So these schools say, we need more money, give us more money. And then they turn around and they spend all their money on nonsense like this next story.
Yep.
Destructive indoctrination, as I will call it. We have a story of a school district in California's Bay Area, which is launching an initiative to train more than 100 students to become the critical race theory activists in a plan that could last 3 years and cost more than $100,000.
This is the San Francisco area, by the way.
Oh, yes.
For those keeping score at home.
This is the Martinez Unified School District, which is located just inland from Berkeley.
Berkeley. Okay.
Berkeley, California.
It's all making sense to me now.
It's all coming back.
Yes.
All coming back to you.
Yes,
now.
I get it.
They're preparing to train their students to become left-wing activists with the help of Lori Watson. Who is Lori Watson, you may ask? Well, she is the CEO of the Oakland-based racial equity consulting firm called RaceWork, which aims to interrupt systemic racism and calls on allies to become co-conspirators. See, RaceWork is love work, soul work, humanity work. And now those are sentences in her mind, even though those are just some words. But she put periods in between them, so that makes them sentences. Did you know that, David? Yeah. Now, as you've heard many a time on this show, I don't even know how many a time, just so many a time, many equity consultants aim their training at the teachers and the administration. Like we talk about it all the time. Oh, teachers are being given this, especially over the summer when they all go to their little conventions or conferences, and then they're given their marching orders, as you will. But now this is specific to the students. Let's bypass those teachers or facilitators, which unfortunately is becoming a reality. And so they're going straight to the students. And so Watson is targeting her agenda at these kiddos. Her student leaders anti-racist movement called SLAM, Student Leaders Anti-Racist Movement. It seeks to empower and mobilize the students as catalysts for change through an anti-racist leadership youth summit.
SLAM.
And let's, how successful has she been in this programming?
I don't know.
Of the children. Let's take a look.
SLAM stands for
Student
Leaders
Anti-Racism
Movement.
SLAM is a place for students
We talk about race, belonging,
and identity,
and how it impacts us all.
In SLAM we talk about hard things
And learn how to deal with situations
so we can do better
for ourselves and our classmates,
our siblings, and our community.
SLAM is standing up
for what we believe in.
It's noticing.
It's disrupting.
It's interrupting.
And when you hear something that doesn't feel right,
When you hear something that disparages someone else,
or when someone makes an assumption about you or a friend,
or a classmate,
or your family,
or someone in the community.
You know what's really sad about this, Katie, is some of those kids, they're like a deer in the headlights, and they're just saying what they're supposed to say.
Oh, of course. For sure.
Do you think they really believe this and are behind this? No. And that's what's really sad. You can see it. It's almost, some of them are a little robotic. They're just like, okay, I know this is what everybody's supposed to say, so I'm going along with it.
Yeah.
This is really sad.
I was impressed with the girl who used disparages. She was probably like, okay, I got one big word I got to put in here. Let's flex. Let's go. I got it. They probably were like, okay, with language skills, who's got the highest? Okay, you go and you're in that spot, and then you're over here. Yeah, you see this time and time again. Teachers force the students to say these things, and their heart's not in it because they don't believe what they're saying, or they just don't know or don't care, and
maybe they don't understand.
Correct.
Young kids, I mean, they don't understand a lot of what they're being told and the talking points, and they just see, well, I guess I'm supposed to go along with it because that's what my teacher says, and that's what's happening on social media and my Hollywood, my favorite celebrity, and my peers, I guess they're going along with this, so they just think they're supposed to out of obligation, and that's kind of how propaganda works, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's what $100,000 of your taxpayer dollars will get that school district is right there. It's a 3-year program split into 3 years. With the first year, they're actually going to develop and elevate capacity for student racial equity. And by year 3 is when they're going to lead the work of the anti-racism in ways that are meaningful to them. Yeah. Right. Moving on, though, still to come, we have an Alabama couple who co-sleeps with their 6 and 12-year-old daughters. And it was, they were shocked to learn that others find their Southern parenting a little odd. So grab your Lanky, and we're going to talk about it next.
If you have a smartphone, tablet, Roku, or Apple TV, consider downloading the Freedom Project Media app. It's 100% free and includes all of our weekly shows, plus lecture series, archive programs, and award-winning animated videos for families like the Presidential Minute, Battles of America, and Heroes of the West. Don't rely on the social media giants to keep you informed. Simply download the Freedom Project Media app from your app store and allow notifications. And we'll let you know when a new video is ready.
Okay, this next one's interesting. It's an Alabama couple who co-sleeps with their 6 and 12-year-old daughters. And they found it odd that others were shocked to find out about this. They call it, I guess, apparently, Southern parenting. It's not what you think. So let's watch this report and we'll come back and talk about it.
So when people find out that we're a co-sleeping family, they think we all pile up on one bed. That is not the case. Let me show you how it goes. So this is our king bed. I'll sleep on that side, Megan in the middle, little Sarah Grace right here. This little twin-size bed at the foot of our bed is where Mackenzie sleeps. You say, why does she sleep there? Mackenzie, why do you like to sleep in the twin bed in our bedroom?
I don't know, it just feels a little safer.
Then you might wonder if Sarah Grace gets too big to sleep up here with us. What are we going to do? Put another bed in here? I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there.
Okay, so co-sleeping. Brandon, who is married to Megan and who has 2 daughters. Mackenzie is 12. Sarah Grace is 6. They sleep in the same bedroom, as he explained. Now, Sarah Grace shares a king-size bed with her parents. Mackenzie sleeps on an adjoining twin cot that he was just explaining. Now, in the clip, by the way, I mean, it's probably more now. When we originally found it, it was over 5 million views. Mackenzie is deaf. Mm-hmm. And that's a very important point. So she said, you heard what she said there, she feels safe. She feels safer being close to her parents. Now, who knows how long, but that's what she explained. So she prefers this arrangement. It's not something the parents are forcing. And by the way, it's not the first time. The Deal family, did it mention they have 2.5 million followers on TikTok?
They are very popular. I've seen them on Instagram, YouTube.
I haven't seen them before.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome.
But they post videos generating millions of views. But the couple recently told Insider that it's a regional practice, apparently down south in their neck of the woods. And they were like going, what? Really? People are surprised by this? So what are your thoughts on this, Katie?
Here is my wondering of this, because when I first saw it, like the headline for it, I'm like, oh, family co-sleeping. And then I saw who it was, and I was like, oh, it's the Deal family. I bet it's because the daughter feels safer, which totally makes sense.
Yep.
Like growing up, if you're deaf, I'm not deaf, and I don't know what it would feel like to be deaf, but I'm assuming you would feel a lot safer knowing that there's someone next to you if there's a fire that breaks out, or if something happens, you don't hear. If someone breaks in, you don't hear them because you don't have. She does have hearing aids that help her like be able to get a little bit of sound. But if you don't have that, like I would probably feel not safe too as a child. And it even says, I mean, the girls do have their own bedrooms. They are able to go sleep in them if they want, but there is also, you know, that safety of coming back into their parents' bedroom. But when it said that it was a co-sleeping family of a 12 and a 6-year-old, and it said because it's a Southern thing, I was like, really, it is? But then I thought about it, and here's my question, maybe my thoughts. Anyone in the South, can you verify or maybe be like, no, you're completely wrong? Could it have something to do with back in the day and air conditioning and expenses of it and how hot it would get? You would all go in the same room, so you only had to like cool down one room. Like you would have like maybe a window AC unit, and that's why you would sleep in there? Or one big fan in the room instead of having to have fans in multiple? Like back in the day. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off base, but that was my initial thought.
Well, Mackenzie has frequently attempted to sleep in her own room, the story says, over the years, but she always makes her way back in the parents' room. Question for you. What are your thoughts on the two sisters, the two children sleeping together? I guess she might
or
not
like
be
sharing a room together?
They're not sharing. They have separate rooms.
So maybe maybe that would be the solution in this instance. But then again, the girls don't have their own space.
Yeah, she wouldn't feel as safe with her sister as she does with her parents.
But all I have to say is, like, for the first time, I am in a king bed. Like, we've never had one. And for me, I can sleep in a twin because I'm so small. My husband's 6'7". He's never had, like, his feet have always dangled. So we finally got a king because of toddlers who could come into our bed if something happens, if they're not feeling well. And I'm like, I still feel like that's not a lot of space. So for a 6-year-old to be in there, I mean, I wonder if it gets a little cramped at night. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.
Me too.
All right. Well, let us know what your thoughts are. And also, in case you didn't know this, don't forget that you can catch Educated on the go by subscribing on your favorite audio podcast platform. And of course, don't forget to download the Freedom Project Media app. Now, for David and myself, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting this show. Until next time, stay educated.